How a Scorpio seeks revenge. Let's talk about it, alright? I'm Lamar Townsend. I'm a natural intuitive, clairvoyant, clairaudient, empathic psychic tarot reader, and I would love to do a personal, private, confidential tarot reading for you. Please visit my website, lamartownsendtarot.com, for your own personal, private tarot reading or your own birth chart reading, okay? You can also follow me on Instagram at Lamar Townsend, like me on Facebook, facebook.com/Lamar Townsend Official. I would also love it if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification button so you get a notification whenever I upload a new video, okay? With that being said, excuse me, how a Scorpio seeks revenge. Ways a Scorpio seeks revenge. Well, let's start by saying that Scorpios are very vengeful people, alright, naturally. My Venus is in Scorpio, so I can talk about this with accuracy. Scorpios can be very vengeful people, very jealous people, very secretive people, alright? Ruled by the planet Mars. Let's talk about Mars for a second. Mars is the planet of war, destruction, aggression, as well as sexual desire. It's interesting because, when a Scorpio can't have you, that's when their vengeful, jealous side comes out, right? But let's also talk about Scorpio being ruled by Pluto, alright? Pluto is, oh my god, it's so hot in here, I'm sweating like, oh. And I just got out of the shower, so that's probably not helping. But Pluto is the planet of death, rebirth, regeneration, and transformation, transition, and things of that nature, alright? So when you mess with a Scorpio, you have to understand that you are messing with someone who does not take lightly to being disrespected, does not take lightly to feeling hurt or misused, abused. Like a Scorpio is not someone that you want to mess with, alright? How does a Scorpio seek revenge? Well, Scorpio is a type of person, who's ruled by Mars and Pluto. And it's also a water sign, so we have to understand that water signs deal with emotion. Scorpios are also, that Pluto energy, that Mars energy. They psychologically like to see their victims suffer, all right? They psychologically like to see their victims crumble, all right? So, let me start by saying this as well. The best way to figure out if a Scorpio is mad at you or if a Scorpio is trying to kind of like get vengeance back on you or is trying to set you up, squint really hard, when the Scorpio is talking to you or whatever, or is trying to explain something to you or explain something that they want you to do. Squint really hard, and if you see any aggression coming out, that Mars energy, that means they're setting you up, that means they're angry at you, that means they're getting you back for something, okay? Psychological mind games, right? So, a Scorpio wants to see you suffer, literally, like wants to see you suffer. A Scorpio's revenge is going to be painstaking, it's going to be slow, it's going to be methodical, it's going to have different layers to it. A Scorpio is the type of person that will distance himself from you. And that should be your first clue that something's wrong. When a Scorpio distances themselves from you, that is a clue that something's wrong. That means they're distancing themselves from you to plot their revenge, alright? A Scorpio will get you back by psychologically manipulating you, emotionally manipulating you, tugging at certain strings, pushing certain buttons that they know will get you in just the place they want to get you in, which is, an emotionally vulnerable place, a psychologically vulnerable place where they can kind of, it's almost like you become their voodoo doll. And we have to understand as well that, Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, and, Scorpios, that Pluto energy deals with death, transformation, looking underneath the surface of things, looking at the truth of things. Scorpios are naturally very dark people who attract, who are attracted to the occult. So it is not, unlike a Scorpio, if you like really cross them to put like a voodoo spell on you to make, like a Scorpios will take it to that level, like a dark-sided Scorpio. So Lord forgive you, you know what I'm saying? Like please don't mess with a Scorpio, all right? Scorpios, as I was saying, are also able to see through people, see through to people's truth, all right? And a Scorpio will use that against you, all right? Scorpios are also the type of people who naturally, they're very secretive people. So with being so secretive and so, underneath the radar, naturally people are attracted to that side of Scorpio and, tend to trust Scorpio with their secrets. But you have to remember, if you betray a Scorpio, if you, turn your back on a Scorpio, or if you just kind of mistreat a Scorpio will use your secrets that you told them against you, okay? Now, whereas maybe an earth sign would take your secrets and, oh my god, you can literally see the sweat dripping from my hair. All right. It's so hot, you guys. It's summertime. It's like September. It's hot where I live, all right? Work with me, all right? Whereas an earth sign would like take your secret and like maybe, because we have to understand that earth deals with the material world, social hierarchy. They'll take your secret and they'll just kind of plant it, in certain people's ears to bring your reputation down. An air sign, is more likely to, kind of like a water sign, is more likely to psychologically play mind games. An air sign would be less likely to kind of take your secret and spread it around, but more likely to use that against you in a psychological way. Like, well, do you remember when you told me this, this, and this? You know, don't forget that, some time ago you were like this. Remember you told me this? Like, that's an air sign. Like, they just want to break you down to size. A water sign, though, knows, which emotional strings to pull on to get their victim exactly where they want them, all right? Water signs can be very emotionally manipulative with their revenge, okay? Definitely a Scorpio, all right? Scorpios love to play mind games, all right? Love to play mind games, love to play psychological, emotional mind games, okay? They love to back you in a corner and just, they've got you where they want you at that point, right? I like to think of Scorpio revenge as a spiritual moment. It's almost like the Friday the 13th, It's like, you wake up and, you feel the energy is off. Something about the energy is off. You wake up, and, you go about your day and things just aren't going right. You maybe a bird crapped on you, you fell in a puddle on the way home from work or school, or, and your boyfriend broke up with you. Like, that's like that culmination of events ending with you crying your eyes out, crying your eyes to sleep, is like a Scorpio revenge. Like, that is the sweetest Scorpio revenge ever. Like, like just, and being able to witness that too. Like, it's like Scorpio is like Michael Myers, witnessing the whole thing, watching you, walking you, stalking you. Scorpios also stalk as well. All right. So Scorpio, will stalk you. All right. Will play psychological mind games. Will be the type of person to, drop weird notes on your car, all right, when you're not looking and you wake up and you find a weird note. Or, and then you're left wondering who is this from, like, and it says something really weird, like, I know what you did last summer, watch your back, like, something like that, like, and it just keeps you, like, scared, like fearful. Like, Scorpios get you back with fear. Like, they want you to be fearful. They want you to feel their wrath. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the beginning. All right, that you getting a note on your car and not knowing who it's from, and that's just the beginning of a Scorpio's torture. All right, remember I said a Scorpio's revenge is long and painstaking. Oh, A Scorpio will not let go of your wig until you are completely scalped, all right? And it hurts my heart to say that, and of course I mean metaphorically, all right? Um, Speaking, not literally, all right? But a Scorpio is just the type of person who will not let their foot off of your neck until they feel satisfied, all right? We have to remember that Scorpios are naturally kind of dark people, naturally, that Pluto energy, that kind of just attracted to dark things, and things of that nature. Scorpios kind of get off, on seeing people that they dislike suffer. Now, of course, Scorpio has a heart, all right, and doesn't want to see people suffer to the point of them losing everything, like Scorpio's not that, for the most part, heartless. They can be, depending on what you did to them. But Scorpios kind of get off on seeing, people suffer, seeing people in fear, seeing people in a place of vulnerability and you know. Scorpio will also walk out of your life, ignore you, act like you don't exist, um, completely cut you off, block your number, block you on Facebook, on social media, make it so you literally cannot contact them ever, ever, ever again. Very hurtful, right? Just very psychologically hurtful people when they seek revenge. They get you where it hurts, right? They pull at your emotional heartstrings, and they push your emotional buttons, that they know will once again get you in that vulnerable state, break you down to size, kind of like an air sign would. And at that point, they've got you where they want you, and they can just throw you in the trash can, make it a very educational, inspirational moment where it's like, learn from this, it really depends, But know and trust that a Scorpio's revenge is life changing. It will change your life. It will cause you to move differently. It will cause you to treat people differently. All right. It will cause you to interact with people differently because Scorpios are just so psychologically powerful. So psychologically powerful. And when they love someone, when they invite someone in, it means that they have assessed you thoroughly enough, that they trust you, that they know enough about you, which is more than you think most of the time, that they believe and trust that you will be good for them and you will be an asset to their life, okay? So when a Scorpio brings you into their life, um, know that that's something special, that's to be cherished, okay? That's not to be taken for granted, all right? When you cross a Scorpio, when you betray a Scorpio, the power is now in the Scorpio's hands. All right? The power is now in Scorpio's hands. So the best thing for you to do would be to just break free, break away, you know? Because attacking the Scorpio, pushing the Scorpio's buttons is only going to make that stinger rise, rise, and rise to the point where they have no choice but to just sting your behind, alright? Don't do it. Don't get stung, alright? Because a Scorpio's revenge is long, painstaking, alright? You have to remember that, getting stung is only the beginning. It takes time for that venom to, travel through the body, through the nervous system, to ultimately paralyze their prey and get them where they want. Right? Now, of course, humans don't have stingers, but what humans do have is intelligence, a mind. And what Scorpios have is a dark mind. A mind that knows all, that sees all. May not say it. A mind that sees beneath the surface, that seeks beneath the surface. A mind that sees your rise and your downfall at the same time and says nothing. A mind that is naturally intuitive. A mind that is naturally psychological. A mind that is spiritually powerful. Alright? Ultimately, a mind not to be messed with, alright? So, these are the ways a Scorpio seeks revenge, is by stinging you, by psychologically breaking you down to size, making you fearful, breaking down your self-esteem, your self-worth, and making you think and believe that you will never find anyone as great or as wonderful as them. Sometimes that's the truth, right? Sometimes the truth hurts. And if there's anyone that can deliver the truth, it's a Scorpio, alright? I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some clarity and insight. I hope it resonated, and I hope you never have to experience the revenge of a Scorpio, alright? It's not pretty, alright? And remember, look for that aggressiveness. If you see any hint of that aggressiveness, you might as well put up that white flag and say, oh no, Scorpio, not today, Satan. Okay, I'm good over here. We're good. I don't want to be on your bad side. Please don't seek revenge on me. Alright? I can't wait to hear from you for your own personal tarot reading at lamartownsendtarot.com. Alright? Until then, I wish you guys nothing but the best love, health, lots of success, and good vibes, okay? Love you. Alright? See ya.